I used to think the creepiest thing in my life was the old man who walks his dog at 3 a.m. But that was before I found a Daily Me podcast with 0 subscribers, no description, and a single episode uploaded every morning at 6:03. The first time I pressed play, I was only half listening as I brewed my coffee, until I heard my own voice ordering a pumpkin spice latte at the corner cafe. I froze. I hadn't even left my apartment yet, but the host's voice, crisp, unfamiliar, described my every move with chilling accuracy, down to the blue hoodie I'd just thrown on. At first, I laughed it off. Maybe it was a prank, maybe I was overthinking it. But each episode covered more, predicting not just my routines but the unexpected, like the pigeon that smacked into my window at noon, or the exact moment my boss would call. The podcast started describing things seconds before they happened. It was like living in a script someone else had written, and I became obsessed, replaying episodes, searching for clues, convinced that maybe if I kept listening, I could get ahead of it. After a week, the narration grew darker. The voice spoke about the shadow behind the vending machine, or the stranger with the broken watch, just before I'd spot them in real life. The podcast began to give me warnings. Don't answer the door at 11:47, and I listened, terrified of what might happen if I didn't. My friends said I looked tired. I stopped sleeping, desperate to stay awake and catch the podcast in a lie, but it never slipped, never lagged, always a step ahead. This morning, today's episode started differently. The host's voice was trembling, like it was scared for me. At 6:39 p.m., you will hear your own voice coming from the alley across the street, it whispered. Don't follow it. But as the clock ticks closer, I can't help but wonder who's really narrating my life, and what happens when I finally meet the voice that's been watching me all along.